Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Betty Truder, welcome to Slipways, which is a fascinating little experiment of a game because, okay, I love a good 4X game, alright? I love my Civilization, I love my Stellaris, I love all that kind of thing, but if you want to play a full game of Civ or Stellaris, I hope you've got a weekend free, and I hope it's a long weekend with a couple of bank holidays either side, because that's really going to take you a while. But Slipways is basically, as far as I can see, an experiment into could you have that sort of game, a big, massive, epic, empire building, expanding, exploiting, everything goes wrong, then it goes right, and everything is just a big, beautiful map. But could you squeeze it into a lunch break? And even though this is not the full release version, this is an early version, spoiler warning, it's really damn good. And there are just so many lovely touches too, like this I adore. The way you pick the random siege where you start is you literally pick where you want to start in a galaxy. And you're kind of picking a colour, if you like. When you find a colour that you like, that's then going to be the background going forward in the map you play. So that's just... it's a tiny thing, but it's just so damn lovely. Oh, you see, look at that. We've got a lovely, lovely purple little background to play with today. Because, yes, what we're basically doing is we're going to be trying to build an empire that is built upon trade. It is about planets having their needs fulfilled. But right now, we don't know what planets, if any, are actually out there. Those little blobs just, you know, vague indications in space there might be a planet there, but we can't be flipping sure. So how about, thanks to this lovely wormhole, we just send a nice little scanning probe through to verify what have we actually got here on this occasion. Every single one of those blobs was actually a planet, though sometimes that's not going to be the case, and if we're very lucky, they are not quite close enough together. Yeah, there is actually probably a little bit of gameplay with the scanning, because the pulse isn't just for show. Sometimes, yeah, if you kind of wait till the very extreme of the pulse, you might be able to capture an extra planet or two in a single scan, so just send that out to those four as well. We're spending a tiny bit of money, and yeah, that over there turned out to not be anything. So we're spending money up in the top right on the scans, but yeah, now we've got ourselves a handful of planets, but right now we don't live on them. Alright, we just know they're there. One more up here just to see what we've got, and... okay, let's see what we've actually got here, because now we need to start hooking these planets together, because each of them might well have something the other needs. So let's take this ocean planet, for example. There's various things we could do with this here ocean world, because every planet could do different things in many cases. So if I wanted to, I could say it's going to be a colony. It's going to start producing people. And as you meet more and more of its needs, it's going to produce more and more people to ship elsewhere. Or alternatively, we could just be, you know, setting up massive farms there. But because it would all be underwater, you know, the robots will be doing the work. So I need to feed this planet robots in order to generate crops I could ship elsewhere. Or, if I wanted to be very efficient indeed, I could turn this into a water exporter. Now that's a relatively easy thing for an ocean planet to be, because it doesn't take much work to find water in the ocean. So just feed it more and more workers, generate more and more water. So generally you're going to be wanting for planets to, you know, do things that are appropriate for them. Some tasks are easier than others. But what I'm going to do on this occasion is make this into a colony, which is not the easiest thing for this place to be, but having played this game a bit, I just sort of recognise a few patterns here. So yeah, to be a colony, this place is going to be needing foods delivered and rocks or like minerals delivered, because, you know, we're going to need to build islands on the ocean. There we go, that's now in play. I can see there are nearby planets that might be able to fulfill those needs. So this little kind of, you know, Marsy planet can do nothing but produce large numbers of minerals. And this jungle world over here, that can produce a nice jungle farm, meaning, yes, crops. Because right now, this world's not happy. It's got people on it straight away, but it's struggling. And that's bad, because that means happiness is going down, and if happiness goes down too much, you get kicked out, because you're kind of like, you know, the democratically elected governor or something. So, okay, here's what we're gonna do, because I can see a little potential chain right here. We got robots producing crops. And up here, this lovely little forge world, that can produce robots if fed minerals, and this mineral-rich world over here can produce minerals. So, you see here, there's a potential bit of a loop going on, because the desert world also wants people to be fed straight back into it. So, mineral colony, let's get you set up right over there. That wants people to work. So send that there, and straight away, we have got one of the best trades in the game, which as you can see from the little slipway I've just set up there, the traffic is going in 2 directions, alright? This planet has people and wants minerals. This planet wants people and has minerals. So now, they're both trading in both directions. They're very, very happy about life. This planet up here, by the way, this Forge world, that also wants minerals. And because this world's a bit happier, it started producing more and more minerals right there. So, yes, minerals creates robots. And we'll just hack that over to over there. Lovely. This planet, meanwhile, wants robots to make crops, because jungle's a bit too dense for people to work on. So get that over there. And you'll notice the flags are going from, yeah, like struggling to established, because they're actually doing some trading. They're straight up to level 2 because they've got what they want. And now we just move this over here, and we have now got a stable trading block. Alright, everybody is trading with somebody else. Everybody is getting something that they need and handing it straight on. And as a result of that, happiness has stabilized, right? I was losing a bit of happiness, but now it's fine, because nobody is struggling. Everybody is happy, which is just absolutely spectacular. And yeah, as you just feed more and more stuff into more planets, it generates more stuff, and eventually its needs start going up too. So if we just go into this lovely ocean colony we set up, for example, you can always see this. You can always check this anytime you want to. So right now this planet is established. But if we wanted to make it successful, we'd need to be feeding it more stuff. And you can see there precisely what's going to be going on. It wants to be sent an extra resource, which is goods, like refined goods, consumer goods, and Stellaris talk, if you like. And it also needs to be sending people elsewhere, because right now, it's got people just sitting on the planet doing nothing. Also, I love when you zoom in, by the way. You can literally see the trade arriving and leaving, and the planets get more and more bustling as they've got more kind of, you know, slipways coming in and out. It's just a lovely game. It's a lovely game to just look at. I love it. So, that's the core of the game, but there's other stuff going on too. In particular, I've just been set some tasks by these 3 lovely chaps up here. They're my council, and they occasionally pop up and say, hey, could you do this? And then we'll give you special options in how you deal with, you know, various bits and pieces out in the galaxy as we go forward. So our mineral mining lad, who's literally got minerals growing out of his face, he just wants me to increase the amount of production of minerals by 5. So, okay, that'd be absolutely fine. Meanwhile, yeah, my lovely guy who's a tree over here, and is also wearing, like, a toga, despite being a tree, he wants me to make a person-producing planet successful. Now that we could do, and the little robot laddie, he wants more robots. So, okay, how about we have, I would say these 2. More robots and a successful people-producing planet. You can only take 2 tasks. So, those tasks are now underway. And we're going to be wanting to do them because what we're ultimately doing is we're scoring. Because my term only lasts for 25 years. Time is frozen right now, it only moves when you're doing something. So say, selling a planet takes a certain amount of time, setting up a new slipway takes a certain amount of time. I've got 25 years until my term ends in this standard mode. At the end of that, the more planets I've got, the better. The more missions I've done, the better. The happier the galaxy is, the better, because that's a multiplier. So, yeah, right now I'm on 0 stars. We're going to have to do better than that. And my ocean planet is actually a person-producing one. So one of my missions is, hey, make that successful. To make it successful, I need to give it, potentially some lovely refined goods. And on top of that, I need to make sure it's got some people going elsewhere. Now, I could send some people over here, and you're probably thinking, ooh, look at that. That person makes water. And then this planet over here needs water. Yes, despite being in space, this game is actually set on a 2-dimensional plane. So if you hold down Alt, you can see which planet, that you know about at least, a planet can trade with. So, unfortunately, yeah, Zep2 over there can't trade with the mineral world that desperately wants some water. Simply because, yeah, another planet is in the way. So that wouldn't necessarily be a very productive thing, because there'd be nowhere for the water to go. So how about we just start sending out a few more bits and pieces and see what we can find. Oh no, this is nice. A good Earth world. Everybody loves an Earth world, because Earth worlds are, you know, naturally pretty easy to settle because they're like Earth. So crops can become people, and then robots can become tons of crops, or people can become loads of flipping, biomass, and water. Okay, can we do anything with any of that? Well, we could convert the biomass straight back into crops and then feed it straight back into this planet. So that's a possibility, but what I really need ideally would be some way to feed this world refined goods, which is going to be tricky because right now only Forge worlds can produce refined goods, and if there's not going to be one down over here, just wait for the pulse. No. Okay, so this planet's always going to struggle a tiny bit because for the moment at least we just can't feed it the goods it wants. It can be established, but it can't actually be successful. So sometimes, yeah, you're just going to be a bit unlucky and you're going to need to work with what you've got. However, I do have, over here, spare robots, and there's all 5 in that direction. Lovely. You may notice, by the way, money's getting a bit low. Yes, you get paid at the end of each year. So, aha. This is all very promising, actually. This is a good little, cluster. Because I've got a Forge world right here. I've got a planet that makes minerals right here. I've got myself... Ooh, this is all very interesting. Okay. Okay. Are you in range of this? Yes, you're in range of this, so... Alright, I see a potential very good starting point right over here. So this world, we're going to take the robots that are over here down at this Forge world, and we're going to feed them over here. That's going to mean this planet produces a load of food. We're going to take that food, and we're going to be converting it into people. But we can see there that, yes, in the long run, it's going to be wanting refined goods. So bring that over to here. That's all absolutely fine, because, yes, we can turn minerals or robots into refined goods, but you've also got to factor in the robots can't get over to that. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to say minerals form refined goods over to here. That's going to feed down into this world, and this is going to form a beautiful, beautiful triangle, because people are going to come over here, and minerals are going to be fed over there, and now, look at that. That's gorgeous. So this here... This is going to be our beautiful, beautiful, successful world we're actually after. Because now we just need to find somewhere to send some people. We just need to find some people. Where do people need to go? Okay, people don't need to go anywhere, unfortunately. There's nowhere to actually ship these people, except, of course, we might be able to ship them up. And... okay, that asteroid's kind of in the way. We could also send people over. Aha. We could send people over to here. Now, asteroids you can just destroy. They're in the way, but you can just get rid of them. Then you make more money for each planet you've got nearby in case you're running low on money, which happens a bit in the early game, but not so much later. So, this would actually be, potentially, a good planet to trade with. Hang on, is that in the way? No, it's just out of range, unfortunately. That's just out of range of a slipway. They do have limited range. So you can boost that down the line, potentially. So, okay. I am going to say, person makes biomass over here. So, that's going to go over here. And that should be, boom, successful world. Groot is happy with me. And now I've just picked up some new events. And also, this world's happy immediately because, yeah, it's not going to be unhappy, or at least too unhappy, purely because we are meeting its needs. We just don't have anywhere to export all this stuff. So sometimes you just have to take a bit of a gamble because, you know what? You're just not going to know what's beyond a planet that's only just in range. What did you want, by the way? You wanted more robots. Okay, we need to produce more robots at some point. Now, that shouldn't actually be too difficult to do. This place could produce more robots. You don't just need, new robot producers. You can just, increase the efficiency of the ones you've already got. So, as a result of that, this place wants to have, chips or whatever. Now, you're going to be in range of that. Yes, of course you are. Lovely. So, I could make chips and, well, this is just perfect, because this planet has got spare ore. So ship the ore over to here. That's now tons of chips. Ship the chips over in this direction. That world's now successful, which is brilliant. So it's now producing more robots. So that's one spare robot right over there. Lovely. So, okay. Okay. And yeah, spare robots is a good idea, because plenty of planets need robots, especially if they're not so habitable for humans. So yeah, this Arctic world right here, robots with some biomass could create crops, because you're going to be needing, to actually ship in some, I don't know, fertilizer or something, because it's an Arctic world, but also the robots could melt the ice to create water. Though unfortunately, yes, this planet is out of range of our buddy over here, so I can't just ship that in. So that's a little bit of a shame, but what can you do? But actually, we do need water down over here. Go on. Never hurts to get a good trading relationship going on. So now there's going to be water. That's now successful as well. And that means there's now some spare minerals floating around here in case anybody else needs some spare minerals too. Then we could just ship in some more minerals over to here. But yes, we're getting close by to thinking about prosperous right now. And when territories are prosperous, they're generating lots of bonus happiness. They need to be trading with other successful planets. So if this planet could be made successful, that there would be lovely. But right now it doesn't have ships, and that's going to be difficult to get to them for the time being. So a little bit of a burst over to here. Yeah, you can basically send a little, scanning probe out from any planet you've colonized. So that's how it kind of expands as time goes by. Now, what else do we have over here? That's an Earth-like world, and I've kind of run out of money. But that's fine, because I can break this down for free money. Now it's December, so now I can do one thing, and then that's going to bring me into next year, and everything's going to be fine. But I need to get more robots out, because until I've done this mission, the games are going to give me more. And I kind of want more missions. Missions are good. So, okay. What can I do here? Well, I could just do some scanning, because scanning does a little bit of stuff. I've also got spare people over here. You're in range over a lot, actually. Though the problem we've got here is, yeah, the ocean world, as we know, if we put people on it, it's going to be wanting consumer goods. Watch out, because basically any planet that wants people, or rather has people on it, eventually it's going to want refined goods. So if there's no forge world nearby, that can be a little bit on the tricky side. So as we've got spare refined goods over here, a brand new, world. Oh, perfect. So yes, now I've got myself a new world over here that could be a person world. Yellen 8. The problem is, I need to feed it. And there's no obvious farming candidates nearby. There could have been, but I didn't make this a farming candidate because I didn't know. So I'm kind of hoping some of these might be farming worlds. That could be a farming world. You are a... yeah, that's just minerals. I wouldn't have robots. Robots are... then again, there's robots right here. So you just got to make sure you're not crisscrossing. Because, yeah, slipways can't cross each other either. That's just not allowed. So, yeah, unfortunately, this planet can't trade with this one. You're dealing with two-dimensional space here. So, okay, just think about this nice and carefully. Okay, but actually, you know what? No, don't think about this that carefully at all. Because in this game, you're free to kind of experiment due to a very useful little feature. So if I was to say, yes, this produces minerals, you turn minerals into robots, you turn robots into crops, you turn crops into people, and then people can start being, and then after that, you actually feed the spare luxury goods over to here, then you put the people down to here. That all works. And yes, the reason I could do that without worrying too much is you can reverse time. If you just want to, you can say, okay, actually, you know what? I don't want to do those things I just did. So you can just revert time to an earlier stage. The only time you can't do that is if you've learnt something, i.e. you're kind of spoiling the future. So if I was to reveal some planets, say, by scanning, that would be a point I couldn't reverse back. But yeah, you can sort of Prince of Persia way round the world, which is rather nice. But that's a nice stable loop, which is lovely. So... okay, time's getting on, we're 7 years in, and there's something I need to start thinking about, which is science. Right now I've got no science. Probably by now I should have a bit of science. I was just sort of, trying to demonstrate stable loops and a few bits and pieces. So this is not going to be the most efficient game in the world. Then again, have made good progress towards, these missions. So it's tricky, this game. It starts off nice and simple, but it gets tricky fast. So, okay, right now there's one building I can build. It's a lab. I need to feed it something. Minerals, water, biomass, computer chips, robots, and also people to act as researchers. So excess goods can just be shuffled over into a laboratory to generate science over time. The more excess goods you shovel into it, the better. So, okay. Where could theoretically be a good point? Because, you can't just shove anything into it. You can't study crops because you just grew them. So, presumably, you already know a bit about them. Water, however, you can study. For I assume the reason that, like, I don't know. Maybe it's like, you know, alien water. So there's stuff in it or something like that. So I need to find a good spot where there are some excess goods or the potential to create excess goods and also spare people. Well, I'll tell you what, spare people are never a bad thing in general, and there are spare crops over here in Orestes 7, so I'm going to set up like a little hive world right here, and I'm going to feed it some crops. So there's plenty of spare people right over here. That's just lovely. Now, what else could I maybe make? Because if I was to create some just water on this world, then I would have water and other water and people. Let's see if maybe I can set up a major water study group, and actually, you know what, that's not so bad, because then I could feed, then again. This place will be unhappy. Yeah, arid worlds are the worst, because they just need water and crops, and until they receive both, they won't be happy, and generally you don't need that much water. And yeah, I could feed this place water, but where's it going to be getting crops from? Unless there's like more crops over here, and just wait, there we go. Right, it's the following year right now. No, both of those were nothing. By the way, could you get to... darn it. These people can't get to this satellite. Yes, there's also forebear ruins, because in sci-fi games, when is there not a precursor race? So if I can just get some people over there, we can start exploring and figuring out what's going on in the world. So, okay. I'm just going to do this. I think this is going to be fine. So, people come over here, and now there's tons of spare water, which is just lovely. And this world is probably going to be actually needing some water. So if anything like needs minerals around over here, what's that by the way? Ah, remnant world. So that can convert people into anything. These are really useful. These are so bloody useful. Sadly, they can't produce refined goods, but they can produce, like, you know, loads of little bits and pieces, which is great. And to be honest, I might just want to make this one... This world does want chips. Yeah, go on. Sure. So, you can have some... John, why are you not doing the science setup? Alright, do the science setup. So, yes, laboratory. Just drag that out. Tap Alt so you can see what it will and won't be able to trade with, which is very, very useful indeed. And then, yeah, just try and keep it out of the way so other planets could, in theory, trade with each other if they needed to, for whatever reason. So, okay. This seems fine, though, to be honest. Put it right in the middle because... yeah, it's cheaper. Slipways get more expensive over time. And actually, there is a slipway right there to a forebear ruin. Could you make it over to that? You could. Right, we'll get to that in a second. Though, oh, okay. This here, this is why we reverse time. Irritatingly, if I put this here in order to access this, then that would get in the way of my science. Bloody hell. Okay. We'll get something else on that. It's more important we get science out, like, as soon as possible. So that's just going to go right in the middle. So feed it people. Feed it water. Feed it more water. And now it's generating more science. And that will just scale up. So more water would generate more flipping people. Then again, is there any chance there's, like, some cheap water over here? No, that's a forge world. And that can't be water because that needs water. That's the opposite. So, okay. There's no... Oh, hang on. There's an ocean world over here. Feed that a person. That generates... Okay, this is... Darn it, because I did a scan. That's a bit of a shame. There might have been a better option over here. Then again, the range on this is... Possibly that could have just about... Then again, I could still... If I could just get some more... Okay, keep that in mind. Because if I could get maybe... Yeah, a base right about over... here, I could have actually had an even better base. And there is actually spare water. But if you study the same thing more than once, you get diminishing returns. You kind of want to have varied science. But still, I'm now producing science, meaning over time, I'm going to have technology becoming available, which is going to change what I can do. Because right now, all the planets will always do the same thing. Deserts will only do person, make minerals. Every desert planet will do that. As time goes by, I can start building my own buildings and potentially having planets do exciting, sexy other things. Okay, so that's a good start. Okay, money's starting to come in right now, so what we need to do is, yeah, just do a little bit of scanning. See if these chips are going to be useful for anything, because, yeah, ice balls are literally useless. Lava worlds are useless as well. So that's why we want technology, because we might be able to do something with them as time goes by. Robots are really useful, and there we go. I've saved up enough science for something. So now if I wanted to, deep drilling. Mines on mineral planets produce an extra mineral and also yield 30% more income. So they would make more money feeding into, yeah, my green space dollars, and would also generate an extra mineral that I could ship somewhere else. So I could fund, say, more Forge Worlds or more Ocean Worlds off a single mineral planet. So that sounds fine, but I'm not shy on that right now. So I'm going to hold on to the science for the time being. Instead, I'd rather get, yeah, another bit of, if I could... yeah, where's a remnant world? No remnant worlds around here. Yeah, this place unfortunately wants chips, and I can't feed it chips. Okay, who else is producing robots? Could I actually boost anybody's robot producing capability? Yes, we just established you could. So, okay. You to here, feed that person, so he's happy, and then feed into here, and it should be... No, because, John, that's... They weren't producing robots, they needed robots. But this world is still happy, which is nice. Okay, so this world is... this world's doing good. This world is now, yeah, successful and could become prosperous. It wants biomass, however, and it needs one more successful partner. Okay, biomass I can give you. So ship that over there. So this planet now just needs one more successful neighbor, and it will become prosperous, which will be very good for the old happiness. So, okay, who could in theory become... You see how I love this game, by the way? There's so many things going on. It seems so simple when you begin, but one... It's really pretty just watching all the slipways, and two, there's loads of stuff going on. Like, you know, you've got to be trying to generate science, and keep an eye on council missions, and grow your empire, and keep an eye on happiness, and there's these, you know, forebear ruins we've not bothered dealing with yet. We need to take care of them at some point or another. And then, you know, expand out, find new stuff just in case what you've got isn't already good enough. So, okay. Okay. Which of these worlds could become... That's going to be tricky. You're probably not going to be successful because we can't get you the consumer goods that you want. You, in theory, could be successful, but you'd need to be, yeah, trading to a lot of places. That doesn't seem too likely either. Okay, that's going to be a tricky one. Right, just get a scan over to here. Anybody want chips, by any chance? Because if anyone needed chips, I need to actually be, yeah, exporting... and also importing more, but sadly, no. Ocean worlds don't want chips in the slightest. I think, what does it? Yeah, it's swamps. Swamps want computer chips and some lovely crops, but we don't have any of that right now. What we do have is, hang on. Who is producing? No, you needed chips, and then just do another scan over to here, and then just catch all of them. See what else we got. Okay. So, double swamp over here. So I could really do with... There's a jungle as well. So, okay. Swamps, jungles. Basically, we could do with a giant pile of computer chips. And I can produce some computer chips up here. Because, yeah, we've got Remnant World. So that would actually potentially work. And you have got yourself, yeah, people. And then people over here. Yeah, people can't live on jungles. You can't send people to jungles. You could send them to other swamps to produce biomatter. Biomatter's not going to do too much, so I do have spare robots over here. So yeah, I can make more crops off this earth. And this earth could trade with this, but then that would be an unhappy world because I can never fulfill its need for chips. Well, unless there's something over here, you just can't tell. Okay, let's just try... Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, it's all a gamble. It's all a flipping gamble. Let's just try putting some of this in play here. So let's create some people. And if I make people over here, which of these worlds should be, yeah, the worlds we go for? I'm going to go for the jungle world. Alright, and I'm going to say, feed this, all of this. Feed you, feed you. And then this is going to be a lovely two-way trade that makes everybody happy. Right over there. I'm going to kind of hope for a Forge world over here. Forge world. Now, the problem is... This Forge world, though it could make this a very happy planet, doesn't actually have anything to feed it minerals, which is a bit unfortunate. Like, nothing's in range of this right now. So, there might be more stuff over here, but it would be a gamble. It'd be a major gamble. Unless I also wanted to, hang on, check the technology here, because eventually I might be able to make the, yeah, the beautiful Slipways, like, longer range or something. Well, for the time being, I can also now do... Yes, ice balls could start doing something. Ice balls could produce water, or convert biomass and robot into crops. So if I need crops urgently, they can do that at least. So this little ice ball can do something in the future. But again, I don't want to rush that because it's not urgent. Okay. So this is now producing people. People over here could produce biomass. But what's biomass going to do in this part of the world? Honestly, not much. Okay, head down south, claim that asteroid. Start just opening up some options over to here. Minerals. Okay, well, there is potentially an ocean world right here, where if I could just get some people together, what would it take to get people on you? Water. Water and crops. Okay. Got a bit of a plan here. We'll see if this all works, by the way, which is, yes, I want water because you need water, and to be a person, you need water as well. You also need crops, and I've got spare robots right here that can then ship crops straight to you. And as time goes by, more science comes in, more money. Money's now well under control. I need to increase robot production somewhere, however. And yeah, now I've got a whole new bit of space, which might have exciting, sexy stuff. And oh my goodness, look at that. It's a Forge world. Unfortunately, it's a Forge world I'm tempted to convert into, you know, actual flipping consumer goods, not robots. Seriously, I need more robots. Just give me robots. Why do I want to convert every bloody world into consumer goods? I just need one more robot. Okay, just find me a bloody remnant world. I don't care anymore. This is going to be a person into robot world. This is going to be completely unnecessary. There's the task complete, which means I can now do more tasks. And you need to do these because, yes, as tasks level up, they get more valuable in terms of money, free science, and victory points. So you want loads more crops. You want Forge Worlds to be successful. I should do yours just for the sake of, yeah, getting your dialogue options opened up and whatnot. And then, okay, this is more science, less money. Yeah, Forge Worlds to be successful or loads more crops. Ooh, we'll go for, yeah, more crops. We'll be needing that sooner or later. So, okay, that's now done. But unfortunately, I'm now stuck with this. And now need to make this one work. Which is fine, because if that needs people, what around here can produce people? Apparently this couldn't, for whatever reason. Ah, because there are no people on this world. So, only way to do that would be to get this producing people. That there, that's all absolutely fine. So you're going to go over to here. You need water, so mutual exchange, and there we go. That was new technology right there. Ah, because we passed New Year, that planet is now successful. Absolutely flipping love it. In fact, actually, look at that. That planet didn't even realize that was going to be a thing. That planet just became my first prosperous. So now it is a hub of activity because, yes, it's receiving everything it wants, it's trading everything it wants out, and on top of that, it is trading with 3 successful partners. Absolutely flipping love it. So, yes, that world is now generating tons of happiness, even though I've got a couple of unsatisfied people dotted about, because the big source of unhappiness is red flag planets, but just people sitting around with nowhere to go, that's a problem too. So, okay, now I need to generate minerals to come over here. Well, I've already got minerals right there, but I could use these instead if I wanted to. I mean, to be honest, I feel like, yeah, we can always reverse this if need be. So, trade that over there. You, however, can trade with any of the above. Okay, so whichever of these is the easiest way for me to generate crops, which is probably going to be... You want robots. Ah, you see, that's why I shouldn't have done that. Can you trade with... No, Earth can't trade with this over here. It's just out of range. So, okay, you may as well get your minerals from there. To get minerals, you're going to need biomass. Now, I could create a nice little... I could create a little loop round over to here, where, yes, people create biomass, and biomass creates crops. Not many crops, but some crops. Or I can make my crops here, but then I'm stuck waiting for more bloody robots again. So I'm going to do this loop instead. So, okay, you feed you. You feed you. No, you feed you. And you feed you. And we've got a nice supporting triangle back up to 98% happiness. Good, 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 good. And I've got spare crops, which this guy wanted anyway, so life is good. And on top of that, okay, if I was to bring... Yeah, this world can only generate minerals, but spare minerals is not a bad thing. So ship you over to there. That's an extra export route for you anyway, and you like export route. Then I send that over there. That's going to generate, yes, bonus import resources, which is going to help with happiness, because excess income is never going to be a bad thing. Now, if I ship you over to here, that's going to make you successful, because you're now shipping in and out what you want. And you've now got, yeah, spare McGibbles to send somewhere else. So you've got spare water to send to this planet. Are you in range of... No, you're not quite in range of any of that. Okay, let's look at science, because I've got so many techs now, and this is starting to get into sexy stuff. So, culture hubs. I can convert one idle person into a culture, which I can then send to any planet that planet is trading with. That is going to negate any problems caused by a resource shortage. That's really good. I enjoy culture hubs, because, yeah, spare people can just become basically anything, if you like. Or the mostly useless ice balls, deserts, and lavas can just become minerals. So mineral-rich worlds. Lovely. Though some of my desert worlds already have minerals anyway by chance. It's just mainly, yeah, lava and ice balls. So if I needed minerals to, say, feed into a forge, I could do that. Xenofoods, a new structure. So right now, yeah, I've got my research lab I can build. This would be a new thing I could build. So, yeah, biomass or water into food. So that there is food production, which is what that guy up in the top left there, Groot, wants me to do anyway. I'll take culture hubs for the time being, though. I enjoy culture hubs. Culture hubs are fun. So now, yes, if I've got a problem with a planet, I can just say, hey, you know what? We're just going to culture it away. So we come over here. This planet has got a spare person. So I'm just going to say, hey, you know what? You don't really need water. You need culture instead. There we go. So as an emergency to deal with a planet that's making you unhappy, that's good. And we're now up to 102% happiness. Because yes, happiness can get out of control, but you can also boost it over 100% to boost your score, which is rather exciting. So, okay. Right now we have got ourselves... can you reach to... Ooh, that's interesting. This Arctic world here, I have the perfect resources to give it everything it wants, generating people. Good. Though once again, it's the consumer goods that are the problem. Get that out the way just for the sake of all of that nonsense. And how about we trade with... yeah, this shouldn't get in the way. So I'm going to send a lovely person over to here. And now I get options. So I could just convert it into tons of money. But if I've been doing missions, I get different options. So, okay, Groot wants me to settle this station and turn it into a beautiful source of crops become happiness. Okay, or I get a free build of a habitat, so that's going to cost me some money. But, okay, I can settle people without relying on habitable planets. Let's consider, because yeah, I can come back to that. If there was a planet that desperately needed to be trading something, but I don't actually have the ability to... oh, hang on. Yeah, this world over here. This world needs to trade some people away to a habitat, but even then it needs a successful partner. So, I mean, okay, can you become successful? Oh, yes, okay. Send spare minerals to you. You become... oh, you still want the chips? Darn, okay, yeah, he's still lacking the chips. We can send him as many minerals as I want, but he still doesn't have the chips yet. So, okay, that world cannot become successful just by virtue of having the habitat. I could export people out if there was a spare person to go somewhere. But, yeah, that could be a good thing to keep in mind. Then export, yeah, to make that successful. If that became successful, that'd be... useful in a way, but not that useful. Okay, I'm going to check my other, yeah, successful planets, see if just shuffling someone away from them could potentially be of use, but probably not. I feel like the better option would be, okay, crops. How many crops are nearby? Because if I can make crop planets nearby and turn crops into happiness... okay, that's robots into crops. Any chance of a forge round over here? No, minerals, but you can never... oh, yep, just wait. Come on, let's have a forge. Okay. Now this is interesting. Okay. I'm going to turn this into a crops generates people happiness. So, production of happiness right there. So, okay. This produces crops. This produces the robots to make that happiness. You, however, produce the minerals. So, okay, you go to you, you go to you, you go to you, and excuse me, I said you go to you. You now feed into there. Bit of a wide thing there, but there we go. We got some more money coming in. The empire is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you also want your own minerals. Okay, I can send you minerals. Darn it, no I can't, you're out of range. Okay, get that out the way, because what I could do is, these are spare people, right? Yes, I need to feed them more stuff, and oh, bloody hell, they want more bloody consumer goods, because obviously everybody wants consumer goods. You see, now I'm starting to think, could I come up with a solution that doesn't utilise that? Because if this place could instead become, yeah, a source of consumer goods. Hang on, how far back can we go here? Cancel all of this. Cancel all of this, actually. Now I know this is going to want consumer goods. Then... oh, that can never produce crops. But if I could just feed this enough people... I'm going to take a gamble. This is potentially not going to work, but we're going to see. Also, I'm going to do it step by step so I don't knacker happiness too much as time goes by. I am going to say minerals becomes goods. Okay, feed it that. Feed one over to here. And I'm going to say that you are going to be robot equals... oh, then again. Okay, I'm just going to... I'm going to really hope there might be a source of robots over here. Like, say, a remnant world. Because if there's not, this world's just never going to be no! I've got a plan! Okay, it's fine. Everything's under control. You can reach this, by the way, can't you? I mean, you can... you must be able to. That's... no, that's out of range anyway! And now I can't... because I scanned! No! Okay, I've made a mistake here. This is fine. This is... I've got a plan anyway. This is fine. So send that over there. But unfortunately, this literally doesn't cocky reach. Well, actually, it might be able to. Can I extend the range by any chance? And... okay. Now I can lensify. So converts a massive planet or asteroid into a slipstream relay. I don't know what that means. Now, I do have the ability to move a planet within a limited range. That's going to become available soon. Now, that strikes me as really bloody useful, actually. Then again, don't forget that Xenofoods. So using that, I could convert... yeah, I can just generate more stuff. But you need these goods anyway. Okay, I'm going to save up. I'm going to see if I can move either of these to make this work. But I'm still going to need people in order to make any of this work. Okay, hang on. Where are the crops are coming from? There. We do have spare crops right here. I need more robots on this world to produce the crops that would theoretically fund this planet, because are you even in range of that? Could you get to here? I mean, I don't see why not. Oh, bloody hell. Ha 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 ha. Everything's fine. It's all under control. That would generate people. But, like, people aren't really what I need right now. You would be in range of... I'm just going to put a scan over here. Everything's going to be just fine. So, right there. Okay. Ocean World. Ocean World can produce people. But I can't reach... oh, bloody hell. Just do more scanning over in this part of the world. And, okay, this looks good. This looks like a good selection of stuff. No robots, admittedly. But a good selection of just more bloody things that need robots. Obviously, now we just need nothing but cocking robots. And because this isn't a planet, I can't convert the people. If I was to have a connection between these two worlds, I could convert one of the people into a beautiful bit of culture and then say, you don't need robots, you just need culture. Just culture your way to, you know, underwater farming. Actually, can I just culture hub right here to convert this to... No. Culture can't go to a forebear stage. You can just go to all the rest of it. But I could put that over to here just to chill you out. But that doesn't really help much. For the simple reason that, yeah, this guy is not going to become successful just for that reason. So, okay. What about you? You want extra resources. But, like... Yeah, can I just replace that? What do you want, by the way? You also want another import route of chips. If I was to create a connection here, then move the culture to you, does that make you successful? Or... No, it still wants the resources. It doesn't care that it doesn't have the resources. So I feel like, actually, that culture's not really helping much at the moment. Right, just scan down over here. Let's just get some... Wow, that was nothing. That was empty bloody space and... Okay, there's a source of robots, but it's kind of out of the way, irritatingly. I mean, the bare minimum. What this could do is help feed, yeah, more stuff over here. Do you ever need... You'll never need consumer goods. So, I mean, I could do that, but then again, that's going to mean more consumer goods. Yeah, you know what? Why not? So, minerals become consumer... No, this is why I'm glad there's an undo button. Minerals become chips. Alright, which feeds into there. And then this world is going to be needing... Well, it would eventually need... yeah, if I was growing people. Then, but it's going to need crops in the meantime, which may be a bit hard to come by, especially as there's... Okay, there's nowhere nearby to grow crops. That can grow crops, but to grow crops, it's going to be needing stuff I can't... Bloody hell, okay. Okay, hang on. Was any of this worth it? That might have not been worth it. Also, John, there's just been a remnant world sitting here this entire time. So you could just sort that out and then ship the chips over to... Okay, so now that world's successful. This world is mega successful. That world is just prosperous on cocky toast. And up in the top corner of the, yeah, empire over here, kind of notice I do have a forge. And I've also got... Yes, okay. I could make consumer goods... And I could also generate minerals. That world's going to be needing... John, that world's not generating people. You need to send them to over here. Now it wants water. Okay, then you send that to here. There's... Great. Just brilliant. Okay, really glad that's there. Send you to here because... Okay, soon as we hit the next year, I can start moving stuff. But for the time being, just send this over to here. And, okay, a ruined relay. And we've got in for a space relay. So, okay, I get myself one magic slipstream that could cross some other stuff. Or big pile of science. Or, I haven't actually done his mission yet. I really should do his mission. Or get myself, yes, this just converts into a producer's chips and minerals. Don't really need chips and minerals here, so I'm going to take an infraspace relay. That sounds rather exciting. Oh, there it is. There it flipping is. So, I need to have done... Right. I need to have done a different technology first. I can't actually... I need to invent one tech before I can get up to tier 3. Okay, what's cheap but still useful? I tell you what, extra options for ice balls. That's never going to hurt too much. So let's just get that into play right now. So now ice balls can start doing stuff if I've got spare robots or biomass dotted about. And just do a bit of scanning over here just in case there's a source of any other minerals, because there we go, up to 28. Okay, the move action. Yes, okay, now this is going to open up all sorts of options. So I need to move you if I can. How do we move you? And I can only move stuff that hasn't been settled, apparently. Okay, it's not very useful. Okay, it might be useful. Okay, don't knock it. There might be all sorts of ways. That's pretty useful. It only costs 20. I'm sitting on 1,000 space dollars right now. It's fine. How far are we talking, by the way? So if I want to just move this over to here. So, okay. Click and hold. And... Okay. How far can we go? Oh, blimey. Oh! I could just keep doing this. Oh my! Okay, so I'm assuming it takes time, right? Yeah, fuel just sort of runs out. So, okay. So they can move a little bit, but... Oh, it's infinite. Oh, oh my. Okay. So that's really good. And it only takes like 1 month to do. So we're just sort of pushing this planet around, actually. And it needs to be careful. We need to not bump into existing planets. So we just need to keep it going. Keep it going. Alright, I'm moving this Forge World down somewhere cocky, useful. And are you in range yet? And just get rid of this nonsense. And I can also exploit that or move it. No, exploits it, it's fine. Just spend all my money moving this bastard thing to where it finally needs to be. Oh my goodness, and now finally... Oh, well, this is ridiculous. Okay. So that's now finally been sorted the flip out. Good, 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 good. So that's just, that's marvellous. You need to be moved out of the way, actually. So you can just go over out of the way to here. Okay, I found my new favourite thing. So this is marvellous. Because that now can become... Yeah, that can become more flipping, yeah, crops. Which, if I can... Hang on. Think about this, John. Think about this before you kind of get too out of control here. You want to feed this so it's not unhappy. This needs to have people on it. And, oh, moving is wonderful. I do have, or rather I could have, spare... Yeah, okay. That's going to want to be this. Where's the source of crops going to come from? Crops can come from... biomass. Okay, just scan all of this over here. Life just got more interesting. That could be robots, but also biomass. You can produce biomass, can't you? Yes, people can make biomass over here. So I just need more. Oh, this is getting... Okay, I can make this work. Alright, I'm determined to make this work. Also, don't forget, you've got a spare... Yes, a magic infraspace relay. So... Okay. Oh, I'm also running out of time. I've only got 5 years or so left till the end of my term. Who desperately needs to export something in order to be able to... No, you're not desperate to export. You, meanwhile, are... You're trading with... Then again, actually... Okay. If I could make 2 successful planets, they're just struggling to find someone successful to trade with each other via... infraspace, then that would potentially be rather exciting if I could find a fit for all of that. So yeah, you're trading with 2 successful planets right now, though, yes, you can stay successful even though you're prosperous. And you want people. You just need to trade. Now, you produce people, and you're looking for 1 extra partner and also 1 import and or export. If I just make these 2 trade with each other, okay, then would this work potentially? Okay, hang on. If I trade you to you and then you to you, then, oh my, that was worth it. I'm going to say that's a very good use right there. 103% happiness and admittedly ticking down because, okay, where are the problems in terms of red flags? Oh, you still don't have cooking minerals. That's going to be interesting, especially as I can't move this. Right now you can't reach anything. I just need to send minerals and feed. Okay, you just need to be moved. Okay, wait. I just said over here, please. All right, just ship it over here into a position where everything can reach it. Can you reach? It's still going to be needing people. Okay, 1 more move command. This is fine. Just get it over to here, out of the bloody way. Are you in range of this now? Okay, good. Now you are. So, people, to you. Okay, I'm enjoying the move. The move command's my new favourite thing. Didn't even know that's precisely how it worked, but it seems to be going pretty bloody well. You're going to be needing, as time goes by, consumer goods and crops, and we've got all of that. So feed you into you. Congrats, that's a load of flipping people. So 2 good planets side by side right there. I love it. And, okay, there's no water around here. What could people do in this bit of the world, by the way? Send you over to here. People could do... people could generate chips, which might be able to create a group of successful planets. So, okay, you're moving. You just get over here, out of the way of the useful planets, please. Thank you. No. No, no, no. Oh, you click the planet to finalize its position. So just get you out of the way. Thank you. And now. Now. Okay, person becomes this. You trade here. You trade here. You're successful. Okay, who else could be made successful? Also, I've been completely ignoring the missions. Oh, this'll do. There's a good ocean planet down over here. So we're just going to move the ocean planet a little bit in this direction. Please. Guys, are you actually kidding? It can't. The ocean planet's too fat. It can't fit between the... You're all bloody useless. Get out of the cocking way of the much more useful planet. This has taken me months now. Okay, now we just bring you up to here. I just need to stabilize all of this. So you're going to be a people producer. That goes to there. Good mutual trade. Over to there. You're now happy, which is great. So you are now trading 2 import routes. Yes, you just need water to come in. Person makes water. Okay, that was quite easy to do. I just ignored it for a very long time. Now I just need to generate 3 additional, crops before the end of all of this. Because otherwise the game's going to be very unhappy with me. Because I took on a mission and then I did not do what Groot asked me to do. So, okay. Crop production. Earth-like worlds are the best way of producing crops. I just need a giant pile of robots to do it. Okay. Where have I got spare robots and where have I got potentially spare crops? Okay, here's some crops. That's crops right there. So put that in play. That is just 1 more crop. Okay, and also where can these crops go, incidentally? Oh, this would do. That's a spare person. That's going to be very happy. So there's spare people, in case we need spare people. So you can just come over here. That, John, they don't want people. They've got people. It's different. Okay, 1 nice easy crop that's not going to create unhappiness. Because 106 plus 0, so we're stable at the moment. That's good. That's a good result. I just need some crops in a place where it's not going to cause a disaster when I actually set them up. So, goo creates crops. Hang on, I've got plenty of goo up here. Goo creates... No, that's swamp, not primordial. What's that, by the way? That's primordial. Okay, so that could generate crops right there. So if I just were to... You are out of... Is something in the way, by the way? It's just out of range, and that's in the way, irritatingly. But if I was just to bring this... Yeah, this just needs to move a little bit more in this direction. If I just move this world over to here-ish, that should be fine. That is... Yep, not colonized, but that's all fine. So you come over to here, and that is... Oh, it had 1 already. Yes, it already had 1 by default. Okay, so at this point I can say, no, sorry, I'm not doing tasks. But yeah, he wants me to explore all the way down over to here, which would mean colonizing, of course, because you can only send probes out from where you're colonizing. Or you want tons more crops. You want Forge Worlds to be successful. Now, I've not got much time. I mean, 2 Forge Worlds successful. Forge Worlds are tricky. Because Forge Worlds produce very specific goods. I'm going to say no. However, I am up to... Yeah, if I could just get 4 more worlds down before the end of the game, that'd be good. So, okay, end of 25, 34-25. That's what we need to be keeping an eye on here. So, I just need to create efficient worlds, damn it. Although other options could be, yes, just starting to send out, culture. I could just start doing culture projects. Also, are there any good techs that I could go for? So, culture exchange. So, if you connect 2 planets producing people, both of them generate a culture. That's pretty good. Okay, because the Slipways is a single month. So, at that point, yes, people just joining up to other people. Where can people join up to other people? That's where I had to... Here we go, over here, right on the edge. So now, there's culture times 1,000,000. So culture can just go somewhere. And I can say to this planet, do you really need water? You don't need water. You don't need water in the slightest. You just need culture. And we're going to send that up there as well, just to stabilize all of these places. So some of these people are not happy. I feel like that wasn't the most useful thing in terms of happiness. I think that's better for, dealing with unhappy worlds. And right now, all my worlds are happy. Alright, my worlds are the happiest worlds in the world. Can you guys convert... No, you can't convert these chips into consumer goods. Ha 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 ha. I do have a spare... Okay. I'm going to bring this a little bit over to here. Because I think if this is about over... Please be in range. Yes, okay. So you're in range of that. That's now going to be consumer goods. And that's going to be person makes that to there to there. There we go. That's now a successful planet right over there. That is up to 105 on the happiness. And now I'm up to... Oh, bloody hell, I did... Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. I've only got a few months left at this point, right? Or is it the end of... I don't know. I feel like I should buy a couple of planets and then connect them right now. How much is it to? That's 3 months. Okay, I buy a planet, I hook it into something, then I buy another planet, because this might be the end right here. Okay, so I need to find a planet I can hook in without it causing a problem. A planet where there is, yes, a thing I could do with it immediately that would not cause trouble or unhappiness. Here we go. We have got another Earth-like world over here. So I could just say, okay, give me crops going in that direction. Or potentially also person. Person could generate... Oh, that'd be good. Person could generate... Oh, bloody hell. Yes, because then this goes to here. This goes to here. That world becomes successful up to 108. Now I just buy a planet. Because then I think if I go up to 50, then we're golden. This might be the end of the game right here. So just in case it's not, pick something that's like, you know, a good one. And this would work because, yeah, I can hook into this ocean world. And there we go. Okay, so 3-star. Any chance of a 4th star? That's got to be my high score, by the way. So, okay. That is my flipping... Yeah, that's definitely my high score. I've not got past 3 stars yet. In fact, I've only hit 3 stars once. So, there we go. This here, this is my empire. And if I want to, I can say, you know what? I forgot that was the end. Let's back up a bit here. And we've also got ourselves giant piles of gibbly gibbets, all sorts of good stuff. In fact, hang on, is that just spare... Okay, well, I may as well just, you know, drop this culture around. Is this culture potentially worth anything in terms of, like, anybody? I don't know. There was spare culture. I'm just going to dump that culture there, just in case. Then buy this one planet, which sadly can never be connected. But, like, it should be connected. If we could connect it, that would be, you know, happy with each other. So, there we go. What have we been doing here? Not long. We have not been doing this long. And we've got this massive trading empire that is happy and lovely. And it's just a joy to look at. It's just an absolute flipping joy to look at. And I really should have, you know, banked a bit more science, by the way. Because, hang on, what was the science down at the bottom? So, okay, basically everything can just produce one more of whatever it's producing. Very useful for the Forge worlds, potentially. Or, alternatively, a structure can just convert a thing. You can just basically have a building that makes a thing for free. Or I can just start collapsing planets, so... Okay, that generates, ooh, a protostar energy, which can be accepted in place of anything at all. Or alternatively, replicating nanites. So at that point I can start just, yeah, colonizing way faster, way cheaper. So, okay, that stuff I could have rushed had I actually, you know, been spending more on science. But I never got past +3, because I never built more than one basic science facility. But, like, I could have built a better one. I could have built a second. Like, I've had way more science than that in previous games. This was a low science game, but it kind of worked out anyway. Oh, and did you think that was it? Because it wasn't. Because that was just a standard run where you got the 25 years. If you want to, there's endless. Without that 25 limit, if you just want to keep expanding forever, or until such time as happiness gets so low, they kick you out. So the only limiting factor there is, yeah, the happiness. Or there's a campaign, which is a bit more structured. There's going to be ranked stuff in the future that's not there just yet, because, yeah, this is an early version of the game. And the stuff I didn't even show you during the game setup, because, you know, would have been a bit too confusing right at the start. So that council of 5, you pick your own council, and each of them's good at different things. So, yeah, this guy's going to be good at the old minerals, this is your sciencey person, this is your tradey person, that's your happinessy person, that's your productiony person. So, these guys not only determine, what science is available down the line, but on top of that, what perks you start with. So yeah, your missions are going to vary on these guys, the science that's available in that game is going to vary on these guys, and you get to pick 2 perks. So, you know what, this guy's going to get you loads of minerals. This one I like, prosperity on Groot. So yeah, it is easier to get your planets up to prosperous, which is really, really nice indeed. Though, to be honest, it's kind of not the best in a way, because the limiting factor on prosperous is rarely going to be imports, exports. It's going to be having successful neighbours. And then this guy is, going to be more about trade. I don't like him so much, because he's about money, and to be honest, like, money's a thing that's out of control. Like, it's not difficult to make £10 million in this game, so him I don't generally go with. But, that's going to change the nature of the game. The missions you get, the perks you get, the technologies you get, that's all semi-randomized. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Slipways, or to be precise, an early version of Slipways, because this isn't even out yet, and I love it. I think it's really promising, fantastic foundation, could use a bit more variety in the galaxy, maybe like, a few more planet types, or a bit of variety with what planet types can do, so like, a slightly arid planet versus a very arid planet, just to, mean that you can occasionally stumble across a really spectacular planet that happens to be really good, rather than them all being entirely the same. Maybe that would overcomplicate things, but okay, I don't care. I like it. I've been playing a lot of games in this, alright? You can't buy this yet, but when it does come out, we'll be looking at it again, seeing how it turned out, because I've got a good feeling. I'm liking what I'm seeing as a foundation. This is excellent. Could bring this back as a live stream at some point or another, but more likely, I'll keep an eye on this and see how it's evolving, because with a bit of polish, this could be something really, really damn special. So, it'll be back. One day, ladies and gentlemen, this will come back. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Slipways. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I've created a small problem in my road system, which is, it's literally impossible for anyone to ever go back into town. And this building shall be where we produce our zebras. And this much taller building next door is naturally where we produce the giraffes. Does anyone remember how the road system went? I think it was something like this.